Nick.
Yeah.
It's against the law to have more than one wife. You can't do that, Nick.
You can't do that.
No, I don't know what you're thinking.
Well, what I'm saying is hookers ain't wives, and like when you guys were talking about cysts under
hookers are not wives. That's true.
Yeah. When you were talking about the cysts under the armpit, you know, I got herpes under my armpit.
You got herpes under your armpit?
Yeah, because some hooker tried to take too much money off of the bureau before, and I put her in a headlock. And her lips touched my armpit.
Her herpy lips got your armpit?
Yeah, I got herpes.
I fucking hate herpy lips. Herpy lips suck.
Yeah. So now when I'm, you know, making love to a woman, I got to tell her don't lick my armpits no more.
Do women typically lick your armpits? They like that? They like that part of you?
Yeah, you never done that?
I've never licked an armpit. I'm not a fan of armpits. And I'll tell you why. I think I walked in on my mother shaving her armpits when I was a kid, and it fucking scarred me for the rest of my entire life. Like, I just do not like armpits at all.
Well, we got some, we got some artsy people over here, some hipsters over here in Philly. Yeah, and sometimes when you're going to coffee, they're wearing tank tops, and sometimes they got some hairier armpits than you do.
That the females? Is
yes.
That the pronoun they like to use? What pronoun do they use, Nick?
They just use female that has hairy armpits, I think.
Did I ever tell you that when I was in college, there was this young lady. She was really cute. And I was in this class, and we were studying away, just being study buddies. And next thing I knew, I found out that she liked the black cat. She liked me.
Yeah.
I think she wanted to get down Chinatown. So yeah. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, I'm single, ready to mingle. And next thing I knew, she came over one day and she hung out with us, but she had on a tank top. She had hairy armpits. And then she had on shorts and she had hairy legs. And I said, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for me.
I'm gay.
Yeah. That's why I was like, dude, I can't wake up with somebody with the hairy legs next to me. That's fucking crazy.
It is really a turnoff because it's actually.
I'm sorry. Any female that has that, hey, man, more power to you. And I'm sure there's guys that like that. BlackCat, I love talking about myself in third person. Can we talk about ourselves in third person the whole show?
Nick likes that.
Nick likes that. Nick does like that. BlackCat doesn't like that. What is happening? Welcome to That Coil Show, starring BlackCat and
Nick Devine. Yeah.
We gotta work.
Where's he pointing?
We gotta work on that.
Waylon Jennings here?
No, I had to let Waylon Jennings out of the basement. I had to knock because he was upstairs literally screaming. Like, get the fuck out of here, Waylon. He's like, fuck you.
I got a joke for you, Scott.
What's it about?
I like it.
I like jokes.
What's brown and rhymes with Snoop?
Poop?
No. Dr. Dre. He rhymes with Snoop.
He does. He did some little ditties with Snoop. I get it. Nick, how in the world are you? It feels like it's been years since you and I have done this. It feels like
I told everybody last week you said I was too hot for TV, that I couldn't come on.
Well, I didn't say that. What is the too hot for TV? Did you have an episode? Did something happen? Do you need to get off your chest?
Hold on. Maybe that wasn't you. Maybe that was Conan O'Brien.
It could have been Conan O'Brien. That guy never wants to have me on his show ever.
Yeah, it was Conan.
He's such a fucking prude.
Yeah. Did you see the Dave Chappelle special yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, it's so good, right?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'll tell you, man. If you gotta be ready to handle some jokes. Like,
or you have to be
after some shit.
Yeah, I mean, or you have to be born before like 85. I mean, I don't think that's even like. There's been way worse comedy specials than that. Way worse.
I mean, I wasn't offended by it. Yeah. I don't get easily offended though. I typically don't.
It's funny how people look at stuff like that. Like now they go like, "Oh, people aren't going to like that." But years ago, you would have just been like, "Oh, this guy's funny. Yeah, he's a little racy, but he's funny." But like, if there's so many, like, imagine like a George Carlin special nowadays, or like even anything. There's just so many. There's so many of them that would be.
Well, I think, the original one that I remember, well, God, remember Richard Pryor. I mean, Pryor would say crazy shit, man. And and he's considered by most to be the greatest stand-up comedian of all time, Yeah. And but like Eddie Murphy did the whole thing, even on Delirious, did the whole thing with homosexuality, like a huge thing on it. And back then people just like they just thought it's funny. But you got to be, I think, we're in a different time now where you got to be more aware of things. And I mean, that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. I would like to honestly know what some people thought, though. I would be very curious to see what people thought about it and to kind of get an idea. Maybe how out of touch I am with things. Like, should I, I guess that's kind of where I'm coming from. I don't know.
So, see, when I look at comedy, though, I look at, like, you kind of know what you're getting when you go to see a certain comic. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be a surprise that Dave Chappelle might be a little offensive to some people, that he's going to say the N-word, that he's going to say stuff like, you know what you're getting when you go to him. You know what you're getting when you go to a Jim Jeffries show. You know what you're getting when you go to, see, anybody like that. So to go to a show and be offended, or to actually click on to a Dave Chappelle and act like you're offended after you see it, then, you probably know you shouldn't have been watching that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the bad part of, well, it's good and bad for him. Because, people make a big deal about what he says, and then it's just more advertisement for him, right? So it gets it out there. More people want to see it. And the more people that watch it, the more that Netflix is going to pay him for his next one. I mean, that's how that works. I'm sure he already got paid for that one. But they're going to pay him for his next one. And at the same time, if somebody tells you it's offensive, then you're already in the mindset that you're going to be offended. You know what I mean? Whereas it's kind of like somebody's not telling you that, you maybe let it go. So it's a dangerous thing for him. I think that he's at a point, he's been through a lot of shit. I think he's to the point now where he's like, my career is pretty much, it is what it is. Nobody's really going to, and he's pissed about the, what happened to his buddy, the red-haired guy.
Louie CK. Yeah,
Louie CK. I mean, he's still pissed about that. And there's a lot of comedians that are pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Because he's really the only comedian, well, besides Bill Cosby. But I think Bill Cosby's case is, that's a criminal case. The guy was drugging women and having sex with them. That's not really in the, and maybe I'm wrong, but that's not really in the sexual harassment or being inappropriate with women. That's way beyond that. That's rape. I don't see them on the same plane. Some people may. I don't know. I don't see it on the same plane.
No, you would have to know the whole Louie CK story to understand. And I don't even know if anybody's ever getting the real story, but for the most part, from what you hear, is like he invited these girls to his room and they said okay, and then it came out what he did, and other people are offended by it. It's just weird how the world is nowadays.
What did he do? Can you go into what he did?
So he would say to females, you want to go to my hotel and watch me jerk off, and they would be like, yeah, okay, thinking he's joking, and they would go back and he would do that, and they would just tell the story of it, and other people would get offended to it.
So he would just say, hey.
Yeah. It would just be an open thing. And the thing is with his comedy is like, he's really telling the truth about, he's a disturbed man, and he talks about it and people get a laugh at it, but that's really how he is. That's just, he's telling you the truth and everybody laughs at it, but he's really a fucked up individual.
And he would, that's kind of, I mean, how would you have that conversation? How in the world, how would you start that conversation off?
I mean, I think it's different. It's different, me or you starting that conversation than Louie CK. It's a different thing.
I guess so.
Yeah,
because he is funny, and like he does say, like, I don't know, I can't believe that he did that, quite frankly. But I mean, I always wonder, Nick. This is what I always wonder about that, and I'm going to say hi to everybody that's here in a minute. I promise you that, because that's what I like to do. I'm trying to squonk. I just loaded up an RDA. I don't know if you guys were wondering what I was doing there with my hands. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was wicking up an RDA. I always wonder how these people do things and expect to get away with it. That always blows me away. Like, how do people like do things like, okay, like what he did with that, and like expect nobody to like say anything? You know what I mean? Because like I can't take a shit in my house. I literally can't take a shit and leave the toilet seat up without it being brought up at dinner the next day.
Yeah,
I can't. Like, so I don't know how like you expect. Like I listened to a thing on that fucking psychopath Epstein. I listened to a thing about him today. And about the shit he did. Now, if you don't know the whole story about behind this Epstein guy's like a multimillionaire. You know this guy, right?
Yeah.
Like a billionaire who raped a bunch of kids, raped a bunch of girls. Guys, hell, I don't know. Might have been guys too. I don't know. But yeah, they fucking. I heard a thing on him and all that. You know, yesterday, the victims, his victims, got a chance to speak in court. You know, obviously they can't do anything to him criminally. He's fucking dead. Mm-hmm. But they got a chance to speak in court, which I thought was pretty cool. And they're going through like a civil suit. You know, they're going to take this motherfucker's money, which they fucking should, in my opinion. Like, normally I'm not big on that. Like, I'm not big on like, oh, you take a guy's money for some shit. But quite frankly, they should be taken, because the reason he got away with it for so long is because he had all that money. I mean, so fuck him. Yeah,
that's the thing with me, man, is like, there's a lot of things that I could like see people getting forgiven for, and like, you know, I'm always open to people getting second chances, but when it comes to like anything with kids, especially like sexually abusing kids, I just don't.
It goes out the window.
Yeah,
it goes out the window.
Yeah, I kind of think you're a sick dog and you should be put down. I'm not even entertaining any kind of forgiveness for that. Maybe forgive it, but not. They should be. I don't know, because at some point when you forgive, you got to forgive people for yourself, not necessarily for them. But
I'm not a fan of it, quite frankly. I think that if you're going to do something like that, then that's it. You've made that decision. You have to live with the consequences of it. Yeah. And, you know, the problem with it is that the damage that you do to that child is a lifetime of damage. They're not coming back from that, right?
Sometimes it's more than that, because then that kid goes off and does the same thing. They know. So it's even more, you're like damaging way more lives than just the kid that you're doing it to.
Right. So I'm a big, I'm not. That's the lowest of the low. And I always say there's like, you know, there's even in jail, you know, there's honor among thieves. Like even in jail, like those guys are fucked up. They get fucked up. Even like the guys who like are other criminals are like, nah, you're not part of our crew.
Yeah.
You're not like us. We're like at least have some sort of like moral code. You know what I mean? So absolutely. All right. Welcome to your That Coil show. Did I already do that, Nick? Did I already do the welcome? Did I already say that? I think I did.
Are we live?
We're fucking so live. So live. Thanks everybody for joining. You don't even know how much I appreciate it. I appreciate it more than you can ever realize. We got a few people here in chat. I want to run through now. I'm going to say who's in chat, Nick, and I want you to give them a numeric rating between 1 and 10.
Okay.
All right. And 10 being somebody like me, somebody who's so awesome. The BlackCat. Somebody like the BlackCat would get a 10. And then a 1 would be, you know, somebody like you. We get it. All right. You ready?
Okay.
Addy J62.
Oh, he's a 10 for sure.
10? Get a 10. Addy, great to see you. Glad you're here. Adrian Daniels.
I don't know Adrian that much, so we're going to give him a 10.
He's a 10.
He's a 10. Okay.
I give Adrian a 10. He's a Browns fan. Big G Coils.
Big G, he's all right in my book. He's going to get a 10.
You're giving him a 10 as well?
I'm going to give him a 10.
Congratulations, Big G. I give you 3. Let's see. BlackCat Whiteface.
BlackCat Whiteface. I'm going to give him a solid 9.
9?
Yep.
Why do I get a 9?
Because
Why do I get
just threw your name in there?
Can I mute you? Why is there a way? Is there a way to do that?
I was wondering if there's a way.
I just did it. I muted him. You can't talk anymore. He said 10. Look, it's a 10. Sorry about that, Nick. I was clarifying what you said for everybody. He said 10.
Okay.
Buddha Vapes.
Buddha Vapes. Ooh.
Buddha. The Buddha man.
Buddha Vape. Do you hear me? You hear me. Buddha Vape's got a YouTube channel. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. Watched it the other day. Really good.
Buddha Vapes. I didn't know this, but there's actually like a doctor that has a YouTube channel that like tells you about the good things about vaping. And I learned that from Buddha Vape's channel.
Really?
And, yeah, so Buddha Vape's going to get a 10.
I give him a 10 too. Do you know how to turn up the resistance on this Yeehee chip? Do you have any idea how to do that?
No. No.
I don't either. Here we go. System. Let's go ahead and hit the button on that one. I put those huge staples I put in, believe it or not, my mod cannot handle it. So I'm either going to do one of 2 things. I'm going to have to unscrew one and do the other. All right, Nick, take the show over. I need you to take the show over for a little bit while I figure this out.
Okay. We're going to give, hold on, participants. Okay, we got Big Red Vapor Channel. You're going to get a 10 in my book. What's up? Buddha Vapes, I already did you. Cal's Irons, you're going to get a 10. Charles McLaren the Baron, you're going to get a 10. Chris Earl, you're going to get a 10. Dane Bentley, you're going to get a 9. I'm kidding, Dane, you're going to get a 10. Dave Flowers, you're going to get a 10. Dave Gore's going to get a 10. This motherfucker here. You just made me curse, and now BlackCat's not going to get any monies.
That's
you get a 10 for that one. Fabian, what is up? You get a 10. Frank Einstein, we did. How did Frank get on the top of your list? What do? You just go through the comments?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Jay Bell's going to get a 10.
I'm going to burn these in.
Jeff Lawson, a 10. I'm trying to make it to names that I'm going to give less than a 10. Joshua Apathy Miller, you get a 10. Mike Berg, a 10. Mitch Hogat, you get a 10. Mr. Pebble, 10. The Big Man Vapeth, a 10. The Sesh, 1. Fucking 1. Todd Black, what is up? You get a 10. And Z Woodtick Mike, you get a 10. And if Tommy Vapors was here, he would get a 10 too. That's
Tommy Vapors is here. He's a Sesh. You didn't know that? That's Tommy Vapors.
That's impossible.
That's not. That is possible.
They're always they're always in my chat at the same time, and they're always fighting each other.
I'm telling you, that's him, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't give him a wrench.
He got one.
I think he's. I think he's an imposter. I did give you a rating, Frank. You were the first one to get rated. You got a 10. But now, since you just corrected me, you get a fucking 9.5. How do you like them fucking apples? Phoenix 43.
Phoenix 43. What does he get?
He's going to get between a 4 and a 3.
4 and a 3?
Yeah, 43.
You're getting 43. Oh, I like that.
Bones the Skater. We'll give Bones... I'm going to say a 10.
You're giving Bones a 10?
Yeah. I'm very generous today. Very, very generous.
I think you're a pretty generous guy in general.
Yeah. Oh, so I've been using this thing, Scott. I've been using this StreamYard.
Fleshlight?
The StreamYard. I don't use a fleshlight.
I thought you said we were talking about that before you started the show. You said you got that new fleshlight that you really like. Look like a male butthole.
No, but did you hear about me endorsing dildos?
You endorsing who's endorsing dildos?
Endorsing dildos. Like, you know how guys
endorsing dildos.
Yeah. Were you there on my show when I was talking about how people I designed dildos. That's right. I'm going to design dildos. Because you know how they say, some of these vape reviewers don't really design the things that they're putting their names on. I said, what the fuck do you give a fuck? What if they would you even care if I put my name on a dildo just to make a couple extra dollars? What the fuck do you care, right?
True.
And how do you know I didn't design this dildo, Scott? How do you know? And what, you think I don't use my own product? I'll fucking use this fucking dildo live, dude.
You should use it live. I'd like it better if you did. You know what I forgot to do, Nick? I forgot to burn these in. So I've completely failed.
What did you forget?
I forgot to burn them in. This whole show's fucked. I'm 23 minutes into this show. You know what? I've had enough of it. I'm stopping it. I'm going to stop the show. I'm not even going to say hi to everybody. I'm turning that off. Nobody's watching anyway. Is Grim Green on? Is Grim Green on right now? I bet you.
Yeah, I bet you Jay's on too.
I bet you Jay's on too.
Hold on. Son of a bitch. Grim Green's definitely on.
Grim Green, because we only got 33 people in the chat. I bet you Grim Green's on.
Grim Green's on.
I need you to start talking shit about Grim.
Okay.
Yeah, Grim Green's on.
You're a great guy, but this is how we're going to have to disagree, Grim Green.
I need you to talk shit about him so that we can somehow get his people to come over here. Can you do that?
Okay. So, first of all, Star Wars sucks.
I like that. I like your style. I like the way you think. You went right for the jugular, literally. Right for the neck tattoo.
Oh man, yeah. I guess. Well, yeah. It's only Grim Green on right now, I think. Yeah, I don't know why people. You know, I feel like everybody goes live on Saturday at 5:30 now too. But
trying to step in your domain.
Yeah. And they're gonna, they're gonna feel the wrath, Scott.
Have you ever thought about fighting anybody from YouTube for a reason like that?
Yeah.
Want to just punch them right in the face?
I have. Most of them are too far away.
If you could punch somebody in the face, who would it be? Who would be the first person?
If I were to punch somebody from YouTube in the face, who would be the first person?
First person, you would be like, I'm fucking punching you directly in the face. Like, you can get away with it, too. You're not going to get arrested.
All I keep thinking right now is, don't say fogging out with the Batman. Don't say fogging out with the Batman. Don't say. That's the only thing my head's thinking.
That would be, dude, because he lives fairly close to you.
Yeah, right.
And that would be, I would not punch him. That would be a very, very bad move.
So that probably means that's the last person.
Yes.
So let's go with the first person.
If you could just walk up, punch him right in the face, who would it be? I'm thinking Grim Green.
I'm not even thinking anybody in the vape community right now.
I'm thinking Grim Green. Just because he goes live when I do.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm kidding. I can't tell you the last time I hit him. I'll tell you about the last fight I got in. It was a hockey fight. Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a hockey fight. Not really. But what happened was, too, this guy and there's this big argument. A bunch of people were fighting. Like, everybody around us started fighting. So I looked at him. I was like, hey, grab onto me and let's just act like we're fighting. And that way we won't be, like, stand out in the crowd. So he grabbed onto me. We did, like, a hockey fight where we just, like, grabbed onto each other and walked back and forth. That was the fight. Literally. Guy didn't even know him. I was like, I don't want to hit you. We want to just grab onto each other and look like we're fighting so people will leave us alone. He's like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I was like, I'm full of them, dude. We just rocked back and forth. That's a true fucking story, by the way. I know that's a true story.
How long ago?
That would have been probably like 1997, about 20 years ago. Last fight I got in. I'm good at talking my way out of fights.
I'm good at talking my way into fights.
Talking your way into them?
Yeah.
I don't talk my way into them.
I've been known for having a big fucking mouth.
I'm good at talking my way out of things. I call it my Jedi mind trick. I can pretty much Jedi mind trick people into not wanting to do damage to my face. It's gotten me out of a lot of things. What's that?
I gotta learn that one.
So we got Big G. I see that. Tori Holmill, how you doing? Is Fagan in here? The sesh was timed out by Tommy Vapors. Tommy Vapors timed out the sesh.
That would probably be the person I'd want to punch, is the sesh, because he's always fucking with Tommy Vapors.
He is. The sesh is a dick. The sesh is a dickhead.
I'm actually trying to think of who on YouTube. I'm not thinking vape related, but who non-vape related would you want to punch on YouTube?
There's a lot of people in government that I would like to punch in the face.
Yeah,
I'd like to punch Mike Bloomberg in the face.
There you go.
I would probably end up dead because he would have me killed. Did you know today he gave 160 million to fight vaping, to ban flavors? 160 million he gave.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Oh, flavors are going away. Let's just get this out in the open now for everybody watching, which probably isn't many. How many are watching? 33 are watching because fucking Grim Green's on. There you go, Grim. Hold that. Vaping flavors are going away for the country of the United States of America. They're going away. It's in the books.
So I think I'm just gonna get like some juices to mix myself that I could have enough for a long time.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know, man. I've been thinking about it. I've been really thinking hard about this whole thing.
About what you're gonna do? I'm just gonna rely on Jane.
Yeah, you just got to get a vape buddy.
And I will send her what she needs, and she can send me juice because she lives in a country that actually cares about people's health. So I will just rely on Jane, and I'll just get my juice from there. But yeah, it's all going away. I mean, I think that the Bloomberg thing was huge. It says low resistance still. How is that? 0.7 is low resistance. I thought the Yeehee chip went down to like 0.5.
What mod do you have there?
This is the I gotta go fucking use a different mod. This is
that's a Yeehee chip, huh?
Yeah, in the
top side.
In the top side carbon, yeah. If I can't figure out how to get to the menu, because there's a menu where you can get to where you can raise the resistance, but I can't figure out how to do it. Okay, I saw on Facebook, vaping is not to blame for the deaths, but the THC cartridges bought off the street. Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. Those deaths that they had the last like couple of weeks, yeah, those are from vitamin E. There's some kind of substance, some kind of oil that is vaporizing, and the THC used with the THC cartridges, and when it is vaporized, it heats up, and then when it cools down, apparently it leaves an oil in your lungs, and that is what they're saying is happening to all these people that are getting sick. It has right now they've got 400 and something cases, but just so you know what's going on, they're basically begging people to call. Like they're setting up hotlines for you to call and say vaping's making you sick. So
yes,
if you have any illness now at all, then please call them because they'll probably end up paying for it. We'll probably be like, make an emergency fund for vaping to pay for all the people that say they're fucking sick. And that's where I see all this going.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Session Tommy are having a blast out there.
Session Tommy are fucking crazy. Yeah, Michigan flavor bans. The governor of Michigan banned flavors. I'm telling you, the big thing today. So Big Man Vapeth said acetyl. Acetyl, is that what it is? The chemical? Well, whatever it is, something in that the THC liquid is basically shutting people's lungs down, which is fucking awful. Awful. But apparently they've known about it for a while, since like January, and they haven't done anything about it, which doesn't surprise me. Because I would have let it fall on its face too if I, that's what they're trying to do, is let vaping fall on its face so they can get rid of it.
Yeah, it's funny how nobody says what type of what type of pod they used, what the brand was, but when it's Juul, it comes out it was Juul.
Absolutely.
Or when it was like anything, like let's say diapers giving rashes to kids. Pampers diapers are giving rashes to kids, but no, it's just Pampers or just diapers are giving rashes to kids. Don't use diapers.
We got Adrian Daniels says the governor of Michigan looks like Caitlyn Jenner. Seen her?
Caitlyn Jenner, is that a dude?
Caitlyn Jenner, well, no, it is a female, Nick. I got to hold you politically correct. I feel like I should be wearing sunglasses. Have you seen my suntan, Nick? You like that? that didn't work. Those are nice shades. Do you got a bun head? Or do you got a man bun?
Yeah. What, you didn't know this?
You got a man bun now?
You didn't know this about myself, huh?
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, I'm getting very distinguished, dude. I think the neighborhood's getting the best of me.
Getting the neighborhood you live in?
Yeah, it's getting the best of me.
Chances you'll have a motorbike. Chances you'll have a motorbike by next year.
Next year? Why wait so long, Scott?
I'm thinking I could see you in some leather and a motorbike.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a girlfriend with hairy armpits.
You're not. No, I don't have hairy armpits.
My girlfriend will.
You like a girlfriend with hairy armpit? Named Larry?
Larry. Hey, Larry.
Larry, here's my girlfriend, Larry. She gets her ass beat by a woman, obviously, says John Nash. So I'll tell you, you know, somebody, it's amazing to me that somebody can make such a fucking rash decision with such a little education of what's really going on. Like, but I'm telling you right now, there is so much money going on with this right now. Like, Bloomberg literally just gave $160 million to tobacco-free kids to stop flavors. That's it. That was the reason he did it. Because he says that we're taking away all the progress they've made with cigarettes. Fuck.
So, listen, this might sound harsh and maybe people don't like hearing this, but I'm going to be honest of what I've been thinking about. First of all, I didn't get into YouTube to start talking about political shit. It's the last thing I should be talking about. I love to vape. I always say people should fight for vaping. That's all good and everything. But to be honest, I feel like half the time we're preaching to the choir. We're not getting our word out. If anybody should get the word out, it shouldn't be on vapor channels. Some of these bigger guys in the vape industry, and there are bigger guys in the vape industry, they have fucking agents. They got agents. I know they got agents, and they should get their agents to get them in contact with somebody that'll get them on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
And I wish I was big enough to do it. Maybe one day, I don't fucking know. But to be honest, I'll be fucking fine. And for me to start acting like I care about future smokers right now is just, I don't give a fuck. Really, I don't. I never cared about smokers before. I don't really care about anybody besides me and my family and the people I love. I'm not going to act like I start caring about future smokers now because I never did. And I don't know where everybody started caring about it, but it seems like, I mean, let's be honest, man. I don't know, man. I think half the people that say that they're doing shit don't do shit anyway. I feel like I'm sure. Being honest, and like
I think that's very, very true. A lot of people that say they're doing a lot of stuff don't do fucking shit.
Yeah. Like, I just seen like a thing today, like it's like so stupid. There's just so much shit going on right now, and it's hard because like then you see the $160 million against vaping. And I almost think like they could just be saying that just to discourage us. They could just be saying, like, why would they even need that? Why would you need that much money? You are the people that could shut down vaping. Why would you need that much money to shut it down?
Well, campaign for tobacco-free kids is not. They are a nonprofit. That's where the money went. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Bloomberg is. You don't think Bloomberg could just like call somebody up and be like, yeah, like the governor of New York. I'm sure that they've had dinner thousands of times. I'm sure that you can just call them like, yo, get rid of vaping, get rid of flavors. I'm losing money. Can you get rid of flavors, please? It's cutting into my profits. I'm sure they can do that.
Yeah, to be honest, it seems like most of the people that are doing the fighting are the people that don't own the bigger businesses. And the bigger businesses, they kind of just stay in it kind of seems like they stay in the background. Now, maybe they're giving money to help advocacy, but like, it's just, dude, you can't fight it. You got to kind of play along. You can't fight it. You can't, it's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of restrictions, regulations. You can't fight it. It just doesn't seem like it's even possible to fucking win.
I'll tell you, it may be impossible to win, but I talked about it yesterday. My biggest thing is I hate bullies. And I really feel like it's just, it is like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, we're just being so bullied by all these people with money, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. And like, I just, it touches a nerve, and I have to fucking say something. And but at the same time, like, I'm not marching down the street. I'm not starting, you know, organizing and starting you know, groups to go out and speak to senators and congressmen and stuff like that. So what am I really doing? You know what I mean? And I think that admitting that to yourself and being like, well, you know, yeah, I'll get on Twitter and I'll repost things and I'll speak my mind and I'll try to talk to people and things like that. But quite frankly, the effectiveness of that is not so great. It really isn't. And I'll do this show and talk about it and try to, you know, keep people informed. But as far as like taking action, like, yeah, I belong to Kassan. I do, you know, I do what they say and things of that nature. But, you know,
so
I agree. I'm not really, I think a lot of people talk more shit and say they're doing more stuff than they're actually doing. When you boil it down, we're not really doing shit. And when I say we, I'm just talking about you and I.
It's almost impossible to the way that people do it. It's not like, dude, when you put up a post and you go, oh, you know, vaping saved my life, whatever kind of advocacy post, whatever kind of good thing, and then you hashtag vape, not blowing smoke. I do it too. You hashtag all these vapor things. Well, yeah, everybody that sees that is a vapor. They already know that. But if you were to get a bigger audience somewhere else, if you were to hashtag like gym life, healthy life, fucking yoga pants, fucking anything.
I love yoga pants. I saw a lot of yoga pants at the game this week.
Exactly. And I was thinking about that too. If yoga pants were to cut into tobacco's bottom line, they would start telling you that yoga pants cut off your circulation, you're going to have a heart attack. That's just what's going to happen. If it cuts into their bottom line, they're going to bring up something that's bad about it. And then I start thinking...
Cuts into my bottom line of my pants.
Yeah. Then I start thinking crazy, Scott. I'm going to tell you what I start thinking.
What do you think about that?
I start thinking, hey, what if cigarettes weren't bad and they did this to the fucking cigarette companies? What if cigarettes were okay? And this is what they were doing to the cigarette companies. And the cigarettes got a bad rap. How many other things has this happened with?
You know, I don't think that I get that. I think what my fear is, and I think this is a legitimate fear, is how many other advancements in health technology have been shelved because they get in the way of profit. That's what I think. And when I say that, you know, you always get the people who say, well, they've had the cure for cancer for years. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But I do think that things get shelved until they're profitable. And right now, advancements in technology of cigarettes is not profitable, or at least not as profitable as people smoking. And that's the bottom line. And, you know, people looking at it as irrationally as they are now just proves that to me. And
hashtag yoga pants saved my life. Mine too.
Let me tell you, yoga pants. A lot of the young ladies at the game this weekend had on yoga pants. They were like football yoga pants, very big at the game. They were absolutely lovely. There were some lovely ones. There were some not so lovely ones, but I'll tell you what, they were all trying. And yeah. I appreciated each and every one of them very, very much.
That's a really good idea, too, actually. This motherfucker right here says use anti-vaping hashtags. That's actually an excellent idea.
What's that?
Start fucking riling up some fucking coat feathers. Fucking start start hashtagging the negative ones. That's actually an excellent idea. And then get some knowledge, yeah.
I don't get it. What are you talking about? Give me an example.
Okay, so instead of going not blowing smoke, cloud chaser, vapors, when you post up something that like the UK, you know, the UK news video that's been going out where the UK news is talking about the stuff. So instead of you don't want to hashtag this because vapors see that. Vapors already know this. They already seen that post 20 times. So instead, use a hashtag like stop vaping or stop the flavors. Like use hashtags that they use so they see these posts, and then you could kind of give them some knowledge on what's going on actually. And that's the craziest thing too, is that the youth.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's a great idea. I think it's a great idea, and that's something that whatchamacallit just said. This motherfucker, and like I just think at a certain point we're only preaching to the choir. Everybody, I mean, there's guys doing great things like you know, the Amigos show, you know, the Vinyl and Vapor, you know, Grim Green. But the problem is everybody watching them already knows all this shit. They already know. They already know that vaping's a better alternative. They already know that all the shit in the news is bullshit. So you need to spread that out to people that don't fucking know.
I'm going to tell you this though, and this is really the truth of it, and this is the problem. Is the people, there's not a whole lot of people that are against vaping. It's really not that many people. Like if we were to ask like 100 people on the street, are they against vaping? I guarantee that 90% of them be like, no, not really. But you have this like, and then you probably get like 8% that said they're really for it, and 2% that said they're really, really against it. So it's really a small minority of people that are really, really against vaping. But they have a financial vested interest.
I think I would disagree with that. I think more people would say that it's bad for you.
Well, you know what, man? I'll tell you that there's a post my daughter put up today, and I thought the same thing. But I went through and read all her friends, and all her friends were like, no, it's THC cartridges. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. So the information's getting out there. The information is getting out there, some, you know, to the people that are actually paying any sort of attention. But, you know, it's just, the problem is that the people that are making the decisions don't have to really deal with it. I mean, they're going to make their decisions based on, there we go. All right. I finally got this SX Mini whipped up. Let's see how the thing rolls.
Good. Maybe you could fire off a hit before the show's over, Scott. Jeez.
Fire off a what?
A hit.
I just fired one off.
Cool.
All right, what time is it? 5:45. Jesus, we've been doing this for 45 minutes now.
Yeah, we have.
Good job. Let's see what's going on in chat here. John Nass says, my wife is more against it than my governor. Big time. That sucks. My wife is actually for vaping. Veronica's for vaping.
Yeah, it's a problem how people just look at things. Most of it, hey John, does your wife smoke? Because this is a good point here. I want to know before I say this.
Yeah, and again, like what Voop said, THC is not the problem. THC is not the problem.
It's not.
And that's the whole thing is, you know, this thing is pinning vapors against people who enjoy THC. THC is not the problem. You know what I mean? Veronica is cool.
Okay, so John Nass is okay. Your wife's not. So yeah, that's the problem though. Most of the time is like the people that have like wives that smoke or husbands that smoke and they vape. They feel like you're telling them that they have to stop smoking. And I think that's what lots of the people who argue with me about vaping are basically telling me, you know, well, I'm just going to keep smoking because I don't know what that shit's going to do to me either in a couple of years. And that shit's no fucking better. Like you're trying to take the cigarettes out of their fucking hands.
Yeah.
Really, like, that's not, I don't give a shit if you keep smoking, dude. Just leave me the fuck alone.
And I think it also boils down to that is I am not a political person either, but I do like to be left alone as long as I'm not breaking the law. Mm-hmm. I like to be left alone.
Yeah.
And I don't like people, again, I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being bullied. And I guess that's where kind of my really irks me about this whole thing is it's a bunch of people getting involved that have nothing to lose. And for the people who are vaping, you know, I don't know if I get back to smoking or not. I hope I wouldn't, but you never know, man.
Yeah, there's just
tell the story about you puking on someone, Adrian. I've already told that story. You have to go back and find that episode.
There's I've been mentioning a lot on my shows about like I don't vote and like I wouldn't become a voter just for vaping. Like I can't be a single party or a single topic voter because that's just not me. Like there's so many more important things in vaping, to be quite honest with you. I don't need to vote for just vaping. It just doesn't, it's because then you vote for vaping, but then this politician does so many other things that I just don't like. I don't agree with. And I just don't vote because I just really don't think it affects me too much if I don't fucking vote. And when it comes down to it, you need to make me passionate to vote for you for president. Saying that, like, quite honestly, I wouldn't have voted for Trump and I wouldn't have voted for Hillary. But Trump's in office, and guess what? I don't, it's fine. I'm good with it. Okay. Like, I don't, every president that we ever had, I was never like, oh, God, he's fucking killing me. I don't fucking care. And maybe that's just because I'm in middle class. I don't fucking know. But they told me because Trump's in, that middle class is going to suffer. And they told me if Hillary's in, middle class is going to suffer. And I don't really fucking care. I just don't care that much to go out and vote for somebody. And if somebody says, well, you should just vote for vaping, I don't believe in that either. I don't.
I kind of do. I'm kind of a single issue voter, honestly, now. I'm going to vote for the people that I feel are going to keep it going.
What if they take your guns, Scott?
They're not going to take my guns.
What if they do? What if they say, what if they're like, you know?
Because I'm not going to give them up.
Well, what if they say you got to?
Well, then I'll go to jail.
Okay.
And then the jails will be fucking flooded, and they'll have to do something different. Because people who believe in the Second Amendment, we're not going to give them up.
Yeah.
Ask anyone, and I guarantee that, you know, I mean, quite frankly, okay, if what they would do is they wouldn't put you in jail. They would just, the IRS would come down and do some kind of crazy fucking tax on you that broke you financially, and you'd end up getting in debt so bad. That's how they work. You know what I mean? They're gonna fucking take your money from you.
That's what that's what Dave Chappelle was talking about. He's like, there's no way we can get all these guns off all these white people. And he said the best way to get the guns illegal and get the guns taken is all you black people have to go out and get registered to get a gun. That's when they'll take the guns.
Fucking terrible, dude. Let's see. I want to look this up. Big Man Vapus said, I voted for Jill Stein because she's a good MILF. We're going to look up Jill Stein. I want to see what Jill Stein looks like. I'm a big fan of the MILFs. I am a big fan of some MILF. 2020, it says. So she's running again. Oh, maybe. I don't know. She's not so much my style. Here's Jill Stein. Now I'm going to share this. Let's see. How do I do that? Can I do that? You would think I've never been live before. Share that screen. Share. There we go. That is Jill Stein right there. There she is, passionately speaking about something. There she is on TV.
Oh, damn.
She's all right. I mean, she's not bad. She's an older attractive.
Oh shit.
She's not terrible. Let's see. Show image. How do I go back to us? No, I can't figure that out. Stop share. There we go. There we go. Now we're back. That's Jill Stein. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Vapeth. What name? Where's his name at? I don't see him. I see him in here. The big man Vapeth.
That picture just made my penis soft.
Made your penis soft? She's not bad. I told you. Did I tell you the other day? I went out to eat with my wife, and some 7-year-old woman gave me away. Tell you about that?
She what?
Dude, so this whole thing, so looking like 10 years older than I actually am, does not work out for me with the ladies. It really doesn't, because literally, like I went to the game this week, right? And I'm standing in line at this restaurant to get seated, and this lady, she's probably 65, started talking to me, like really talking to me. I'm like, this lady, like it dawns on me. I'm like, this lady's hitting on me, and like she probably thinks I'm probably like 60 years old. And I'm like looking at her, I'm like, I'm only 45. I'm my wife's right over there. Like, this is not gonna happen. Yeah, and I told Veronica, I was like, yeah, all these old women think I'm like, you know, single, ready to mingle. Not. Jolly Jill, Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin is pretty good looking. She's getting divorced. Did you hear that, Nick? Sarah Palin's getting divorced. Big news story last night.
Yeah.
The fucking the lumberjack she was married to, I forget, Todd. I think his name's Todd. Yeah, she's getting divorced from him. Sarah Palin has nice tits. I don't know about that.
That's why I gave him a 10.
Adrian Daniels.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Sarah Palin, she is attractive though. I'll give her that. She's very pretty. She is a pretty lady.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm sure there's fucking girls out there that think Donald Trump is the bee's knees, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think women actually think he's a good-looking guy?
I'm sure there's a lot of them, yeah.
I think he's actually, because I mean, you know, he's got about 1 billion reasons to be good-looking. He's got a lot of money.
I mean, what president wife was the hottest?
Which president's wife was the hottest?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't really think of any in my lifetime that I've really looked at and thought was attractive. I do remember John McCain's wife. Have you seen John McCain's wife?
Yeah.
John McCain's wife was a very, very attractive lady. Very attractive. Again, I don't know how. I would assume she's in her early 60s at the time that he ran. But she was really pretty. And then somebody just said the Kennedys, Jacqueline Onassis.
I have to look her up. I forget what she looks like.
Beautiful, dark-haired lady. Very attractive lady.
I think
Trump's wife is beautiful.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Trump's wife is very. I mean, she was a former model. You know, Michelle. Nope, not doing that. Oh man, there's all this conversation is going south in the
Obama's wife had a bigger penis.
Michelle Obama does not have a penis. I've seen those rumors. That's a woman, guys. I mean, come on. It's a woman.
I've seen Michelle Obama do some funny stuff. I actually liked her. I liked Obama too. I didn't mind Obama. I thought they were both I liked them.
All right, big man Vapeth. Got to get back to teaching young minds. See you, brother. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I would subscribe, or you're going to miss shows like this. You're going to miss fantastic hour-long shows that are called the Coil Show that doesn't talk about coils at all. In fact, your host forgot to dry burn his coil before he wicked it up. So that's probably the last thing we're going to talk about.
And I'm only vaping on
one thing.
I'm only vaping on a salt neck and some disposable tanks. So.
Oh no, I love salt neck. That's the SX Mini right there. It's what I got. This is my review for tomorrow. Got to say, I'm not impressed. Not impressed. No, not at all. I'm getting no flavor would be a slight to no flavor.
Wow. You know what I picked up that I'm going to review? I haven't even opened it yet.
Flashlight. Ah, the Widowmaker. Dude, I can't wait till you review it. When are you going to wick it up?
On the review. I'm just going to open it.
Did you watch my review of the Widowmaker?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I fucking love that RDA. Love it. Literally, it's my number 2 for 2019.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I got it, because you said you liked it. So.
Love it. I love it. Everybody should have the Widowmaker RDA. That RDA
it looks like the posts are fairly far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can handle pretty big builds. I mean, it's 24. Yeah, it's a 24 millimeter RDA, but it can handle some pretty big builds. I don't know if I would drop it into series. I don't think you got enough air for series, but I'll tell you, dual coil, man, that is a fantastic. I almost wicked it up again the other day, but I went back to the Rebirth. just because I love the Rebirth a little bit better. I give the slight edge to the Rebirth, but the Widowmaker is right there. Yeah, Widowmaker is fire. It's garbage, says John Nass. Some people don't like it, and that's the thing. And I said, I remember there was a guy in the chat who said he didn't like it. And I was like, please message me after the show, so I can tell you exactly how I wicked it and exactly how I set my coils up, because I'm getting the best fucking flavor from it ever.
Well, we'll see, because I'm gonna do a review where I open it up and try it for the first time. So,
Adrian Daniels asked, "Why do you dry burn?" So you got to burn your coils in. You got to burn them in evenly before you wick them up. It's just common practice. But I was too busy running my yapper and not paying attention to the show, and I forgot to do that. And then when I went to burn them in, they wouldn't fire because the goddamn resistance was too low. Because I decided to put in 12 ply frame staples in. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Just wick and go. Scott don't dry burn. He just wicks and goes.
Well, if you space your coils, if they're tight enough coils, you can do that. I was so surprised. Like, I sent DJ LSB coils, and in his review, he just threw my stainless steel Fralians in the RDA, spaced them out, and wicked them and fucking just vaped them. I was like, whoa,
wow.
look.
Yeah, I don't typically do that.
Yeah.
I'll ask for the third time. The Daedalus Pro.
Yes.
What about it?
Yes. No. Yes.
Pro.
No.
It's a good, if you don't if you have problems with your hands and you don't want to if you can't build coils, then it's a very effective way to make. You can make fused Claptons, triple fused, double fused, dual fused Clapton. You can make Claptons with it, so yeah.
Yes. Okay.
For beginner.
I actually didn't even know what the Daedalus. It wasn't hitting me what a Daedalus is.
Daedalus, yeah, Daedalus is the automatic coil maker.
I think for beginners, it's a good thing. Yeah. I do.
Absolutely. What you can do with it, though, if you do buy one, you decide you want to build coils, you can just use that as your drill. It has a dial on it, so you can dial in your speed, which makes it a little easier when you're first starting out. Yeah, definitely a good investment. Save you some money. You'll be able to vape some really. Problem is, you got to buy wire, and that's going to cost you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Six o'clock on the dot. So Veronica isn't home tonight till 7. So I've got to go upstairs and try to figure out what I'm making for dinner. This is going to be an adventure. I haven't made dinner in like a year.
She's making you cook dinner too?
Yeah, she's not home.
Man.
She had to work late. She got a new boss.
What's wrong with the boss?
Well, the boss is making her work till 7 o'clock on. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, she's got to work till 7 o'clock on Tuesdays.
I'd have words with that new boss.
I'm going to fucking fight him.
Yeah. You should.
Carl.
Oh, Carl's the worst name. Oh, jeez. No wonder. Did she come home and she was like, oh, my new boss's name is Carl, and you were like, oh, he's going to start making you stay late and shit?
No. Nick, do you got any parting words? This has been a pretty great show.
Dude, the Dot Mod RDA and Layer Cake singles, those are awesome. Dot Mod's better. Dot Mod, the single post, is like my favorite RDA. The
Dot Mod?
Beautiful. Gotta have that Trinity glass, though. That cap for the Dot Mod, it blows. It blows the dicks.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you can get some really great pictures with it, that's for sure. All right, you got any parting words for the viewing audience here?
Yeah, I'll be live at 7:30 for Coil class. I think we're going to do, I hope we didn't do this already. I think we're going to do Groove Fused.
I love Groove Fused.
Yeah.
Favorite builds. Love that build. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for joining tomorrow on the Vape at 5. We're gonna have a fantastic show. You're gonna see a review of the SX Mini. I believe this is called the Divine. It says Divine underneath it, which is kind of funny. That's Nick's name. It's gonna be reviewing that tomorrow. Vape on it tonight. Tell you what I think tomorrow. And then I'm gonna do a little vape mail tomorrow that I've been holding off on. We'll add that to it, and maybe we'll make some crank phone calls to the governor of Michigan. I'm thinking that might be something I throw in there tomorrow. So I'm going to delete it so it'll, nobody will ever see it. Have a fantastic night. You got some great shows on tonight. Nick is on 7:30. That's really the only show that matters. After that, you got Fresh is on, I believe, at 9 o'clock. You got, what else is on Tuesday? Oh, ST is on at 8. I think that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a fantastic evening. Love you guys. See you.